Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this webinar of Exclusive Networks Belgium and GUARDIAN360. First, I will introduce myself. My name is Jan-Martijn Broekhoff. I'm the founder and managing director of GUARDIAN360. I'm an IT entrepreneur since 2001. Started as a developer of web applications, and after that founded a managed services provider. And since 2015, founder of GUARDIAN360. Within the GUARDIAN360 team, I'm basically responsible in the end for everything, but most of my time I dedicate to talking to distributors and partners worldwide, and also being a product owner for the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform. The reason why I started GUARDIAN360 is that I strongly believe it's unfair that organizations invested heavily in IT and have to deal with online criminals. So I want to do something about that. My contact details are on the slide. Feel free to send me an email after this presentation when you have any questions. GUARDIAN360 is a Netherlands-based ISV. We behave as a software vendor. We have a partner-only strategy, and we are a privately held firm. We were founded in 2015, and at the moment we have 15 staff. We are ISO 27001 and NEN 7510 certified. NEN 7510 is the Dutch healthcare norm we have to comply to. And we thrive to make security a commodity. We believe it's no longer specialized sales anymore, but it becomes more and more a commodity. GUARDIAN360 relates information security to risk management. Within information security, you should have attention to the people part, the processes, and also the technology aspects. And what we see in our field is that a lot of companies are only focusing on either people or either processes or either technology. And we believe you have to cover all three topics. And also, we tend to look at information security from the risk management perspective. So instead of making people scared with mentioning all kinds of incidents, hacks, data breaches, loss, damages in euros or dollars, we look at information security from a risk management perspective. So we want to prevent incidents as much as we can from happening. When there is an incident, we want to detect so a partner can act quickly, and after that you should remediate to help the client to become back online and proceed with his business. So I'm trying to make this presentation a bit interactive, so I have a first poll for you. Please give an answer in the poll. Okay, a lot of prevention I see so far. Yeah, what I see is some 85% of the customers are going for prevention, 15% are going for detection, and almost zero for remediation. That's very common for what we see in other countries as well. Thank you so much for voting. There will be 2 polls later on as well. GUARDIAN360 offers security services via its GUARDIAN360 platform. All services are subscription-based, so we add monthly recurring revenue to our for our partners. And the services are the following. We offer continuous scanning and monitoring of office networks, web applications, and IoT and SCADA devices. So that's a technical and preventive measure to look at weaknesses, weak passwords, vulnerabilities, missing, hardening, and debt measures. A lot of insights that help a partner and their clients to prevent bad things from happening, because you can solve stuff before an online criminal misuses the vulnerability, for example. Also, we help organizations to comply to the ISO 27001, the OWASP, to the GDPR. Well, at the moment, there's no such thing as GDPR compliancy, but we believe with our recommendations, we help organizations to better comply with the law. And at the moment, we have 14 norms, regulations, and standards in our platform. And because we develop the platform ourselves, it's possible to add other norms quite quickly for us. So when there are any norms you miss, please let me know. What we also do is continuous phishing tests. With the phishing simulation, we look how many staff of a client is opening a phishing mail, how many staff is clicking on links, and how many employees are leaving sensitive data in our in our form. And in that way, we can measure the awareness among staff and give the partner and their clients insight in what to do next. Sometimes we send a phishing campaign into an organization with, for example, 1,000 employees, and only 10 click on the link. Well, maybe then it's not the best measure to offer e-learning to all staff, but a lot of the times it's 60% and up that clicks on links. So maybe e-learning is then a good intervention. But you can think about other interventions as well. So changing the desktop backgrounds of computers, or putting posters in the hallway. We help our partners and discuss with them what's the best intervention for that client at that moment in time. Also, we detect hackers in networks. We have a honeypot that detects port scans and people exploring the network. It behaves itself like a Synology NAS or a file server or a SQL server or something that's attractive to an attacker. And the moment an attacker connects to the honeypot, or we detect the port scan in the network, then we will alert it in our dashboard, but also via email and SMS as well. What we also offer are pen test subscriptions. With our scanning and monitoring, we scan on a daily basis for known vulnerabilities, weak passwords, and stuff like that. But it's also possible to pen test an environment manually. So ethical hackers use the insights of our platform and try to misuse weak spots in a network or in a web application. And we offer not only a one-time fee option for that, but also a subscription. So you can spread the investment of the pen test over a year. And also we aim to have multiple smaller pen tests a year instead of one large pen test of 40 or 80 hours. Also in our portfolio, we have the cyber risk insurance. We are not the seller of the cyber risk insurance ourselves, but we made a deal with a cyber risk insurer that GUARDIAN360 clients get a discount on the premium of the cyber risk insurance. And when there's an incident, the GUARDIAN360 partner is involved in remediation. So a large part of the bill for the remediation can be sent to the insurer. And that's a good thing, I think. Pricing is based on the amount of IPs, the amount of staff, the amount of URLs, or the amount of norms or regulations and standards. The propositions or the services can be sold all separately. Only the compliance module we need a form of scanning for, because we need weaknesses or stuff like that to show deviations from. I will show you later on how that looks like in our dashboard. Well, I'm curious if you have any idea how many new vulnerabilities are found on a monthly basis. So there's a new poll coming up. good spread in the poll. Well, it's about 1,000 new vulnerabilities that are found every month. So to our central databases that are kept by ethical hackers, these databases grow approximately 1,000 vulnerabilities a month. So that's also the reason why I believe you should scan on a daily basis. In our dashboard, we give an actual insight of all vulnerabilities that were found in the past 24 hours or were found again in the past 24 hours. And we believe that a client wants to know if a new vulnerability that was unknown 2 days ago but is known now is in their network. So I will show you the dashboard later on. I give you some insights on the technology stack of the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform. We use a combination of commercial, open source, and in-house developed tools. We tend to use best of breed, so we don't want to copy other vendors or compete with what they are already doing. We tend to use what's good in the market and only develop things that are not there. So when you take a look at vulnerability scanning, there are some good vulnerability scanners, but none of them is covering the whole scope you should cover. And also the whole automated scanning on a daily basis and lowering the amount of false positives is a challenge to them. And that's what we add with our in-house developed tools. At the moment, we have 15 staff, and we are a bit different than other tech entrepreneurs. I want to have as least colleagues as possible. I like developers a lot, but we try to automate everything we can. So we develop test-driven. We have continuous code quality reviews running. Everything is linted, hardened. We do security testing. We use CI/CD pipelines and all kinds of SecDevOps tools to keep our platform as secure as possible. And that's part of our ISO 27001 certification as well. So within our statement of applicability, our development process is covered. And that's also why we need to have these processes in place. Our platform is currently hosted in the Netherlands on our own servers on a hosting space in the Netherlands. So we're not using Amazon or Azure or Google or services like that at the moment, but the architecture of GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse is ready to be deployed in Azure or Amazon, of whatever is necessary for our partners and end customers. I was talking about the competition a bit. What we learned in the past 5 years is that there's no competitor at the moment, we know of, that offers the complete offering GUARDIAN360 offers. Of course, there is competition in parts of our offering, for example, vulnerability scanning or detection or phishing, but we don't know of a vendor or a platform that offers all offerings in one single pane of glass. Also, what differentiates us from other vendors in the market, and we learned our USPs, is that we use multiple scanners. So from different vendors, and also open source and self-developed scanners. We offer continuous subscription services. So no one-time offs or one-time activities, but it's all subscription-based and only a one-time setup and onboarding. And after that, it's all run automatically. We offer a single pane of glass. We have a partner-only strategy, and it's really a partner-only strategy. We don't want to compete with our partners. We don't believe in that model. We want to work with partners to make their end customers more secure. And what we learned is that the GUARDIAN360 offering is also very suitable for SME companies. I get a message via the chat that the sound sometimes stops sharing my webcam. Hopefully it will be better now. Please let me know via the chat if it's not good at all. So I was mentioning partners. We have a partner program in place, and at the moment we have 85 partners. You can see on the map that a lot of them are in the Netherlands. That's our home base. We started in the Netherlands, but at the moment we're partnering with IT services providers and integrators in Belgium, Colombia, Curacao, Germany, and the United Kingdom, and also in talks to partners in Austria and Switzerland. And I see that I forgot to mention Turkey and Italy as well. So we have an we want to have a global impact. Call it an ambition, but yeah, to make the internet a safer place, you should look over the boundaries of countries. So we're happy we're working together with partners in these regions. Why we're focusing on partners and why we have a partner-only strategy? Well, it's quite hard to build a secure, scalable, and stable security platform. We learned a lot in the past 5 years doing that. It's not that easy. So we want to focus on that and put all our effort on making the platform as secure and scalable and stable as possible. We don't want to be distracted. We also don't like the fact that end customers are blaming their IT services providers for bad security, because we learned that a lot of IT services providers were consulting end customers to buy firewalls, to update their IT environment, to replace switches and routers and printers, and not use weak passwords. And the customers simply didn't follow up on the advices of the IT services provider. So what we want to do is show the end customer that the IT services provider basically did a good job, that the basics are in order, and to help the client to look at their business risks that are related to IT security and let them make the good decisions. Recently, there was a court case in the Netherlands where an IT services provider had to pay the damage as a result of a ransomware attack for a client. And what I learned from that is that courts are more and more looking at the IT services providers, how they consulted their end customers. And we want to help the IT service providers to offer the right advices to their end customers. Well, related to the previous topic, system and network engineers are the ones who improve security. Clients most of the time do not really know what their business risks are in relation to IT security. So the system and network engineers are the right people to help their clients to improve security. And we strongly believe that a partner can consult its client better than we do. You know your clients, you know what their business is, you know what's important to them. GUARDIAN360 cannot know all clients. And last but not least, upselling should be much easier for a partner than when we are doing that directly. So these are the main reasons why we are partner only. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them via the chat or ask Exclusive Networks. So the main benefits for partners to work with GUARDIAN360, our services are easy to sell and easy to onboard. I will show you in a few minutes. You don't need security specialists to use the GUARDIAN360 services. So you don't have to put a 24/7 operating security operations center in place to offer our services and to increase security. We increase MRR, so it's no one-time sell, but it's a subscription you sell. So each month you can invoice the end customer. And also the insights of the GUARDIAN360 platform allows you to contact clients on a more regular basis. So we see in the Netherlands, for example, but also in Germany, that partners are adding new components to their service level agreements and add 2 to 8 hours a month of consultancy based on our dashboard. Also, the partnership is possible without being chased by a sales guy. We see that a lot with other partner programs, that when you become a partner, you become chased because there are huge targets you have to reach, and they keep calling you on a daily basis. Well, we tend to work a bit differently. There is a partnership option where you're able to offer GUARDIAN360 services to your clients without us chasing you. And of course, there are also partner statuses that let us chase you, but it's all based on the business case and the commitment. With the GUARDIAN360 services, it's easy to prove your end customers that your security is in order. So instead of showing all kinds of vulnerabilities and bad things, you can also show that you're in control, that there aren't a lot of issues in the network environment you control. And of course, with GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse, you can comply with the GDPR, ISO 27001, OWASP, PCI DSS, and a lot of other norms, regulations, and standards. Here I have the final poll. Okay. It's nice to see that almost 20 to 25% of the customers aren't struggling with GDPR compliance. That could either be because they have no attention to it, or everything is covered. I'm not sure. 38% thinks it's about 25 to 50%. 31% about 50 to 75%, and 12% is thinking that 75 to 100% of the customers are struggling with GDPR compliance. There's one question: how do you prevent ransomware? Well, with our scanners, we can find SMB version 1 active in a network, for example. So we are looking for stuff that is being used by ransomware attacks, also weak passwords. And when there is ransomware in your network that is going through your network, the GUARDIAN360 hacker alert will also be touched by the ransomware, because it behaves like a file server as well. And in that way, we also detect ransomware. GUARDIAN360 also offers services to SME companies. So we have some enterprise clients and some large enterprise clients, but we believe that the main advantage is to sell GUARDIAN360 and to help clients is within the SME field. So small businesses with 10 employees up to 500 employees can make use of our bundle offer when where we combine continuous scanning of the complete office automation. So we scan the external IP addresses of the firewall, of the router, but also on the inside, all workstations, all printers, all switches, all servers, all network components are being scanned on a daily basis. Also, we put one or more hacker alerts in the network. So we detect attackers with those hacker alerts. And based on the size of the client, you get 1 up to 5 of these hacker alerts. So you can put one in a segment and another in another segment, for example. And also we add the GDPR recommendations. And it's based on a fixed amount per month. But also we have MSP pricing available. So when you're used to invoice based on the amount of staff of an end customer, and it varies every month, well, the pricing can adapt to that as well. And we offer a 30 days try before you buy. So GUARDIAN360 partners can offer the GUARDIAN360 scanning and monitoring, the hacker alert, and the GDPR recommendations to their clients for 30 days for free, to allow the client to learn how the GUARDIAN360 services work. I will give you a short demo. We have 15 minutes or so, so I will try to do it in 10 minutes. And after that, I will give some takeaways. When there are any questions, feel free to ask them via the chat, and I try to answer as much as possible. So here you can see the login to the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform. I will log in as a demo partner. The GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform is completely based on APIs. It's multi-tenant, so we have a role for a distributor, for partners, for clients, and of course for ourselves. We use two-factor authentication, either based on SMS or one-time password. So you can use Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator if you prefer. What you see here is the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse dashboard. And on the dashboard, we show you the amount of hacker alerts, for example. And at the moment, there are 0, luckily. Also, you can see all critical risks that are open at the moment. Also, all high risks, all medium risks, low risks, and informational risks. And thus, because we scan on a daily basis, we can show you insights that are new vulnerabilities that are found in the past 24 hours. But of course, also the vulnerabilities that were found previously. And the dashboard will show you everything that is open at the moment. Underneath, you see some tiles with norms and regulations, and also the GDPR, for example. Luckily, there's no client who needs to comply to 14 different standards in this law. So it's possible to only offer the standards that are relevant to a client and not all norms and regulations. But it helps you to cover the process part as well. Underneath, you see a bit about scoping. So the total amount of scan objects, the total IP addresses, the total websites. Because a partner is able to onboard an IP range, the amount of scan objects could be a lot lower than the total amount of IP addresses. We see a lot of /16 or /24 networks, for example, we scan. And for an end customer, the amount of IP addresses is a lot higher. And as a partner, you can see all end customer in one single pane of glass. And of course, you can drill down to a specific customer when you like. In our platform, it's also possible to accept issues. So when you're not going to solve an issue because there is no remediation or no patch or no update, or when you solve an issue, some other critical infrastructure part doesn't work anymore, it's possible to accept the issue. And when you accept the issue, it's removed from all actual vulnerability overviews in our platform and transferred to an accepted issue overview. And you have constantly insights in what issues were accepted. Of course, we will keep on scanning these issues, because when the issue is solved because of a patch of an update, then the issue can be closed automatically by our system. You don't need to bother with it anymore. The total amount of probes that were deployed in this network is 0 at the moment, the same as the total amount of canaries, the hacker alert. I will show you later on how you can add a probe. On the dashboard, we show some graphs also. So the risk level per scanner we use, the risk level by scan object, and also the first detection date of open issues. So it gives you some insights in what components in the scope are vulnerable, if a client is in control or not. Yeah, here you can see, for example, that there are 7 critical issues that are open for 4 months now. Well, that's something a client should have attention to, I believe. Partners also have the possibility to add their clients, to enter into contracts with their clients, and also add contacts to the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform. So it's not only possible to add colleagues to the Guardian dashboard, but also you can allow end customers to log into the dashboard as well. It's not mandatory. You can decide yourselves if you want to do that, but it is possible. Scan objects can be maintained here. So it's possible to add a scan object to the platform via this interface. And when you want to deploy a probe, and that's a scanner inside the network of an end customer, you can simply let GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse create a probe based on the specifications of the end customer. So you simply choose an organization, the hypervisor that's being used in the customer's organization. And also you can pick a network type. And when I click on save, well, I won't do that now, but when you click on save, the probe will be generated automatically. There's no manual labor involved on our end. And in 20 to 30 minutes, you will receive an email that the download is ready, and you can start the probe inside the network of the customer. And when you do, the probe will connect itself to our monitoring system, and on a daily basis will receive the latest vulnerability updates, the latest scan jobs, and of course transfer all scan results to our centralized platform. Ultimately, that leads to issues. Here you can see the vulnerabilities, the vulnerability overview. I will not dive into that very detailed, but here you can see a list with all open issues at the moment. They are sorted from critical to informational. You can see that it's possible to accept an issue, for example. So you have to provide a reason why you do that. And also, you can only accept for a maximum of 12 months. And that's why we learned from auditors that they want clients to reevaluate accepted issues on a yearly basis. But we learned that there are some clients who want to extend that period. So we're going to make that configurable. Also, it's possible to share issues via email. We're not very fond of it because we do everything we can to keep this sensitive data secure. But there are some partners who want to allow an external application administrator or a web developer to have insights in some issues and not in every issue. So you can share some issues via email as well. And also, when you solve an issue, you don't have to wait a whole day for our scanners to come by again. You can rescan an issue manually to see if you solved the issue correctly. Because when you solve the issue correctly, it will be closed in our platform automatically, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. It's also possible to download issues, so you can make an export to a CSV file to add to your own reporting, for example. When I go to the details of an issue, you see the same possibilities for that issue, so you can accept and share and rescan. It's also possible to comment on an issue. So when you investigated it and you want to leave a note for a colleague, it's possible. We give a management summary why it's an issue and what is the solution we think it's best. Also, we provide some technical details, and in this case, that's a username and password. We motivate why we think it's a deviation to norms and regulation. And in this case, this issue is a deviation from all norms and regulations, so to see. And we keep an audit trail. So here you can see that we really scanned the issue on a daily basis, but also when an issue is being rescanned or shared or commented on or accepted, it will be shown in this timeline. So when an audit takes place, you can show to your auditor how you dealt with an issue. We also have the non-conformity section. Here we have all norms and regulations in place. And here you can see, for example, the GDPR recommendations. For each recommendation, we have a relation to the paragraph within the GDPR. And also we have a motivation why we think it's a recommendation. And you can see here how many issues are a deviation from this norm. So when you want to solve the software misconfigurations, for example, you simply click on the 38 and then you go to a filtered view of all those issues. Accepted risks and closed issues are also visible in the platform. And we have an API integration in place as well. So everything that is possible via the GUI can be done via the API as well. And we have a couple of partners at the moment that are creating service desk tickets automatically, for example, when a new critical or high issue is being found. And the ticket ID is added to the issue in our platform. So there's a relation in that way. I believe I only have 5 minutes left at the moment, so I need to wrap up. There's one question about stopping ransomware. Detection alone is not enough. That's correct. We're not stopping ransomware because we're not deploying agents in the network, for example. So we're not running software on clients and servers. There are some good solutions for that available. I think Exclusive Networks has some. We're scanning and monitoring inside the network and also seeing when people are misbehaving in the network. I have some takeaways for you. Well, GUARDIAN360 allows IT service providers to offer security services to their clients without the need of security specialists and a 24/7 operating security operations center. It's a mouthful, but yeah, what we want to do is help partners to add some security services to their existing network operating services without the need of ethical hackers, security analysts, and roles like that. Also, we have a partner-only strategy, and it's really a partner-only strategy. We have direct touch in our marketing, but it's only to generate leads and orders for our partners. So we started 3 years ago with creating sales qualified leads for our partners. And since June 1st, we're also creating orders for partners. We have SME offerings. So pricing is available from 10 staff of a client up to 500. And of course, also larger enterprises can be helped as well. We believe security is a continuous process, so we offer subscription-based services only. It helps you on a monthly basis to increase security for customers, and of course, increase your MRR and gives you the possibility to up and cross-sell other services. So not only consultancy, but also new hardware, new software, things that help the client to become more secure. And of course, a client can try before you buy. There's one question that how can resellers test this themselves? What do they need to do that? Well, contact Exclusive Networks, please, and they can onboard you as a partner or a test partner. And after that, you're able to test drive for your end customers as well. We don't want to be involved in computer crime, so you have to have an acknowledgement from the client to scan and monitor. But when that's in place, my apologies, please feel free to test the GUARDIAN360 Lighthouse platform with them. Looking at the chat, try to share my webcam again. Is the solution agent-based? No, it's not. When we are scanning inside a network, you deploy a probe, and the probe is a virtual machine that scans and monitors from the inside of the network. There are some advantages to add a client to workstations and servers as well. But the hassle maintaining the clients is large, and yeah, the really big advantage of scanning on the workstation is not there anymore, since a lot of EDR systems or yeah, next-gen vulnerability providers are doing that themselves as well. So we add insights from the network to the insights they already give. Yeah, is there a possibility to isolate a VM if there was a hacker alert? Well, that's not something we do at the moment. We don't offer automatic remediation, for example, and that's because we learned from our partners that they want to be in control themselves and want to be responsible themselves for the measure that should be taken when there is an attack or ransomware, for example. And also we learned from forensic investigators that sometimes it's better to leave the malware running, controlled, of course, but not alert the attacker that you detected him. So that's why we do not remediate automatically. Yeah, when you have any questions, please feel free to contact Exclusive Networks, and also you can contact me as well. We are really happy. We are expanding in Belgium at the moment, and with the cooperation with Exclusive Networks. So yeah, let us help you to make your clients more secure. If there are not any questions anymore, then I will stop the presentation and wish you a very pleasant day. Thanks for attending, and I hope to hear from you soon.